Now Vikings have just stormed back. The score is now 15-13 with 12:47 to go. Fourth quarter. Temperature outside is a very chill 66
What are you
degrees.
talking? I'm dying in here.
Oh, that's just because of the heat coming off my Torah insights. So it was after Luke departed that God said to Abraham, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes we have to let people go from our lives before we can get in touch with the divine or what is good. So we constantly have to make choices. Who do we bring along with us? Who do we leave behind? And you can't just go by instinct or go by your emotions or, well, I think it'll just be easier if I do it this way. No, you have to make rational, moral, Jewish choices. Who are you going to schlep along with your life this week? Who are you going to leave behind? So, land of Israel, very important to this week's Torah portion. Land of Israel, very important to Jews. So the rabbis in the Talmud said one who lives in Israel is as though he fulfilled the entire Torah. There's a vibrant relationship.
What was that, your Zionist speech? There's a lot of other things that the Talmud rabbis say that are complete contradiction to that.
Yeah. So Jews have a vibrant relationship with God. So Dennis Prager notes probably more Jews are angry at God than love God. So Noah, for instance, very passive relationship with God. He just does what God says. But Abraham, not passive. He argues with God. He laughs at what God says. Sarah laughs at God's. Abraham goes to bat on behalf of Sodom. Abraham presses God, how will I know? When will I have a son? Jews have a much more vibrant relationship with God than any other people, any other religion of which I'm aware, where the relationship is much more subservient between the individual and God. Say, like, look at Rabs. Rabs has far much more anger at God than love of God. Like, if you just listen to our Torah talks, it's like Rabs going off on God, all the time. Like, Rabs hates the life that God has given him. So it's interesting that Sarai says to Abram, it's your fault because of Hagar. So Sarai's plan, you go ahead and knock up Hagar. Maybe that's how God wants us to have a baby. And so then she gets angry at Abraham for following her advice. And I think this is very typical of human relationships, like particularly relationships between men and women. I think women are very likely to give men advice, and then when the men take that advice, to get mad at the man if it doesn't work out. I think women are constantly like testing men and saying, oh, maybe you should do this. Oh, it's fine if you go off with your buddies this weekend. But really, if the man follows her advice, she'll get mad. So women are constantly testing you and like giving you advice that if you take, you'll just get into trouble. Should the Israelis treat the Palestinians?
There's a flip side to that. If you don't... Wait, how do I want to say this? If you... the flip side is... no, it's not really the flip side. I just want to enhance it. Women don't like when you do what they want you to do. And this is what I talk about in my book. And it makes no sense to guys at all.
Right.
Because we're very logical.
Right.
It's very simple. Right? Tell us what you want, we'll do it.
Right.
But I don't like these games where you do what they want and you lose.
Right.
Because they don't really want you to do what they claim they do.
Right.
So you can you can end your relationship by just simply doing everything that she wants you to do.
Yeah. Because
now she's not interested in you. Because you're just an idiot who does everything she wants you to.
Yeah.
So it's good to say, no, I'm not taking your advice. Go out with the guys anyways. That's what I would do. Go out with the guys anyways. So there's that.
Okay, I want to talk about she-asses. The riding animals. Separation of female from the male asses reflects the experience of ass herders.
I was trying to figure out what you're talking about in the...
The male ass has a very powerful sex drive that asserts itself when he scents the presence of a female of the species even from afar, then becomes almost uncontrollable. For this reason, the female affords superior convenience and greater ease of handling as a riding animal. Possession of many she-asses was a sign of much wealth. So, if you want to go riding, I totally recommend she-asses.
You've been waiting all day to say that, haven't you?
So
Okay, so basically Levi's telling us the Torah tells you, in Levi's opinion, it's better to ride a she-ass than a he-ass.
Yeah, yeah. Would Rabbi Ravs recommend the burning of this heretical book? It's the JPS commentary on Genesis, or the shredding of the book, or the drowning of it?
I think it's the burning.
The burning. You go with the burning.
The burning.
Okay.
We learned that out from a Gemara in Talmud of Masechta Shabbos at the end of the 16th parak.
Mm-hmm. That's just what I was going to say. Oh, hey, I've got like the collective. I've got every issue of Ultimate Issues here. Dennis Prager's quarterly journal of thought that he published from 1985 to 1996. They're all right here. So, pretty exciting stuff.
I think you should burn. I think you should get rid of all
You
this
think
stuff.
I should shred?
Intervention time.
Leslie got upset and said that's bull. I don't know if it was the stuff I said about the she-asses, but...
No, I think it might have been the thing that I said about how women...
Oh, don't want you to do what they say they want you to do.
Right.
Right. Ah. So you're in trouble with Leslie, not me.
No, because we both said it.
Okay.
Right when we both agreed with it, then it
Right.
showed up.
Okay, do you have any thoughts
Yeah,
on
I just
Lech
have a couple
Lecha?
of things on Lech Lecha. Lech Lecha literally means you should go.
Mm-hmm.
God's telling Abraham Avinu, God's telling Abraham to go to a different place. Talmud comes in right away and says, this is what we learned, Shinui Makam, Shinui Mazel. You change your place, you change your fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If things are going bad in your life, get a new house. Move someplace else. Move to a different town. Right? Things aren't going good for you in Hollywood here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Move to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to live like this. Get a good job. Shinui makam, shinui mazel. As soon as you move your place, your thing improves. So God says, listen, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to leave Eretz Yisrael. You have to leave the land of Israel, or the land of Canaan, and you're going to go.
Right.
Because it's going to be better for you than it was here. There's also a similar concept in the same parsha where we see in the Talmud it's called Shinui Shem, Shinui Mazel. You change your name, you change your fortune. Right? The person gets a name change, they change their fortune. Someone's dying, for instance, or in the hospital, they will change the name. The person's name is like David. They'll add a nickname, middle name, like Chaim. David Chaim. Chaim is life, right? So David lives. So that'll help to change his fortune. He'll have a recovery. You know about that, right? Okay. That happened in this parsha. Where did we see it? Avram changed his name to Avraham, and Sarai changed her name to Sarah. So we see in this parsha both Shinui Shem, Shinui Makam, and Shinui Shem, Shinui Mazel, and Shinui Makam, Shinui Mazel. Change your place, change your name, change your fortune. Just want to mention that.
Okay, I'm pretty much out. So.
I'm done. We did a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! I say we did about approximately 13 YouTubes. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, about. You'll probably get to 13. About 5 or 6 of them are just on your book. That was like the meat and potatoes of it.
Okay, love you guys. Stay in yeshiva. Don't do crack.
Okay, that's it tonight, folks. Nobody's left.